So for the first time ever, Tara and I are on an investigation completely alone.
The fact that we saw 2 apparitions before we had even entered the house is crazy.
So the man that we were seeing wasn't a living being this entire time. I keep getting the sense that there's something behind Tara between the bed and the cabinet.
Something touched my face. Did you come through the portal?
Possible.
Voices were there. We were hearing them in real time.
Why is Aaron's name coming over the spirit box multiple times? I'm uncomfortable once again.
Go back there. No.
I hated being down there.
And
Let's just say it's Ed.
Better not, I dropped Edwin off.
If you've seen our previous videos, then you know exactly who that is.
We are in fact the very last paranormal investigators that will ever be able to investigate Davies' house.
Make the connection.
There's no connection. You stay here. This is your home.
Now with them knowing that information, without a doubt, the spirits in this house saw their way out with us. I want to leave. Just said with Paige.
Paige and I both want you to stay here.
Help out.
It just seemed to be like they were trying to link themselves to her. So we're currently sitting at the Davies house, and this is a little bit of a special investigation for us because we're the last people to ever investigate this location. So this house was built by Robert Davies in the early 1900s, and he lived here with his wife and his children. He actually had his funeral in this home, right next to where we're sitting right now.
We didn't realize how much was happening in this house regarding paranormal activity, and when we got here, we were absolutely shocked by what the owner was telling us. The moment we walked in, there was whispers, there was footsteps and shadows, so it should be a good night.
So one of the most tragic stories that happened in this home is about a woman named Rita, and she had a very unlucky role with her husbands. Now her 3rd or 4th husband ended up actually locking her in the back room and wouldn't let her communicate with friends or family. He would leave for work and she would be locked up all day. Rumor has it that her mind actually went back in time, so instead of being the 30-something-year-old woman that she was, she progressed to a young teenager.
Now she had 7 husbands, and unfortunately the 7th husband ended up murdering her, but it was not in this house. However, she still comes through for paranormal investigators in the room that she was locked in.
So there is someone in this home who actually did die here. Her name is Deborah, and she hung herself in the basement after having an affair on her partner. She ended up writing a Dear John note, and if you don't know what that is, it's a note to say goodbye to loved ones.
And out of fear, her partner ended up hiding all of his guns and taking them to his work across the street.
And when he returned, he actually found her hanging in the basement. There is an X that marks the spot of where they believe she was found, and her spirit is said to still roam the basement.
There's an interesting story that takes place in the attic of this home. There was a practicing witch that lived here, and her name was Monica. It is said that she opened portals and brought a lot of spirits in, but never sent them away. She had 3 mirrors facing each other up in the attic to create this portal.
So there's actually a variety of paranormal investigators who reported seeing these gnome-like creatures in the mirrors of this portal that she created for her practices. So the owner at the time actually destroyed these mirrors because she didn't want them in her home and they couldn't stay here. There is one dark entity in the home, and they often frequent the basement.
Now rumor has it, this dark entity either will or will not let the spirits communicate with us.
We were told that you will notice a significant shift in the room. You might be getting great activity and all of a sudden it comes to a halt and the energy in the room changes. And this is something that happens here quite frequently.
Now, something really interesting we found out when we got here that we didn't know prior. There's a doppelganger here, and we've had some experiences with that before.
There was a paranormal team who was here not too long ago, and one of the members was talking to his other member for a solid 20 minutes. And then all of a sudden the member came in the room from another room, and he's like, "I've been talking to you, where have you been?" And he's like, "You haven't said a word to me." When he looked back to see where he had originally seen his partner, he wasn't there. And if you remember our Conjuring House video, that exact thing happened to me in the Conjuring basement where I had saw Paige in 2 places at once.
So for the first time ever, Tara and I are on an investigation completely alone. We don't have the rest of our team here. We don't have any friends to collab with. So this has already been kind of creepy just being here, the two of us, but I'm really excited to see what we capture tonight.
So when we had first arrived at Davie's house, we had thought that the owner was there waiting for us because we arrived only 10 minutes before our assigned time. So Paige ended up seeing movement inside the window of the Davie's house, and we were like, okay, let's go inside because obviously the owner's there.
Now Tara goes and knocks on the door and there's no answer.
So I walk down off the porch, back onto the car, I turn around and there's a man standing there peeking around the corner. And I was like, was that really a man? So I kind of like looked around, didn't see that there was a man there. I was like, I'm gonna go in the car, I'm gonna text the owner, I'm gonna see what's going on. The owner's like, oh, I'm still 10 minutes away, I'll be there, like I'm gonna be late. And so I'm like, okay, so the owner's not in the house. So someone's in the house, so.
Now I see the owner pull in behind us in the rearview mirror and they stop. I then see a man walking up to the car, so I was like, okay, Tara, let's go. Like, they're coming up to the car, the owner's here.
And I actually saw them walk past the window of the driver's side where Paige was sitting.
But then the car reversed out of the driveway and parked in front of the house.
So we're like, what the fuck? Because we saw them walk around the car, and then we go and we actually meet the owner, and it's a lady.
So the man that we were seeing wasn't a living being this entire time, and it wasn't the owner.
So the fact that we saw two apparitions before we had even entered the house is crazy.
We're gonna try an open spirit box session with our portal. It'll drown out some of the white noise for you guys. Might be easier to listen to.
My name's Tara.
I'm Paige.
We heard that there was a witch that used to practice up here. Is that true? Can you tell us what kind of magic she practiced?
That's spiked.
I heard she used tarot cards. We're looking to speak with Monica. Is she around? We heard that Monica...
Keep spiking.
We heard that Monica opened a variety of portals in this home. Is that true? Can you tell us how she opened the portals?
Still spiking.
We heard you don't like it when we close the door. Is it okay that the door is closed?
Yep. The heck was that?
And that spiked at the same time.
Yeah.
Can you touch this red light for me? I promise it won't hurt you. It just shows us that you're here. I got really bad chills as soon as I said that.
Really? Is this...
I said loves. We'll be the last paranormal team ever. Do you like having paranormal teams visit you? Well, we're gonna be the last ones, so do you want to hang out with us tonight? We can celebrate that there's gonna be no more.
There's supposed to be a guy coming through.
Who's the gentleman coming through the portal? Can you tell us your name?
It's kind of creepy.
Yes.
we introduce ourselves?
Can you repeat one of our names for us so we know that you can hear us? My name's Tara.
I'm Paige.
Can you see us?
Yeah.
Where are you right now? Can you tell me why you're still here? Can you tell us your name?
Is this Monica?
Is this Deborah?
Yes.
I'm sorry to hear what happened to you, Deborah. Can you tell me where you passed away in the home? Friends.
Speak.
Anyone who wants to speak can come through and speak to us. We can hear you. Is there somebody sitting next to me?
It's like voice. I can't understand. I don't know what it is, but I feel really uncomfortable in this room.
This was where the portal was. And where the little minions were, the little gnome minions.
Yeah.
It was really difficult to hear some of those responses in person, but after reviewing it, we were really impressed.
What stuck out to me during that first spirit box session was that the spirits were very aware of us being in that room. They were mentioning that they could see us, and others were mentioning that they could hear us. So it makes me think, is it similar to the way we perceive them, where we can only see them sometimes, and then other times we can just hear them? All right, we're gonna try some EVPs before we leave this room, because we're both extremely uncomfortable.
And it's cold in here, and there's some weird voices coming through the spirit box, and I just saw a shadow.
I think that was me.
No, as soon as you turned that on, there was a shadow. That wasn't you.
Okay. Did I do that? Whatever.
You too.
Is Monica in the room?
I heard that.
It's out there.
I heard that.
It's out there. Are you in the tub?
Can you give us your name?
What did you do in this room?
Can you tell us about the gnome-like creatures?
Is Monica in the room? Are you in the tub?
Can you give us your name?
What did you do in this room?
So Paige has a recorder, and if you talk into it, we'll be able to hear you. Are there any spirits in this room with us? Are you making me tired? Are you taking my energy?
Monica, were you actually a witch? What kinds of things did you do for your practice?
So Paige has a recorder, and if you talk into it, we'll be able to hear you.
Nothing. I don't know.
Do you want to move on?
Yeah, maybe she doesn't want to talk.
I need the pop or something because this room just took all my energy. I could sleep.
Okay.
Now you're gonna see Paige and I looking at each other and in shock because we were both hearing the same things. The voices were there. We were hearing them in real time.
I have no idea why, but only our camera mic picked up these disembodied voices we were hearing. We played back the recorder and I couldn't hear anything. The room was making us so uncomfortable, so we decided to go downstairs into Rita's room to hear her story.
As we moved through the house, we had no idea that it was just gonna get worse and worse and worse. And believe me when I say that every single room got darker than the next.
Tara's gonna do an Estes session.
Oh.
Thanks.
Was that me? Nope. That was me.
Thanks, Rita. It's not you.
Nope.
I think she's ready for you though, because she's been setting off the K2. Alright, Tara's going under in Rita's room. Rita, are you here with me?
You're okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Me. Yikes.
Is this Rita?
Yes.
Can you tell me what happened in this room?
I'm great.
That's good to hear.
Move over.
I can't move over. You can come stand and sit with me or sit on the bed here with Tara.
Move over.
Am I in your way? Rita, can you tell me what happened in this room?
Yes.
I'm listening.
She is.
Tara's listening too. You can tell her anything you want.
Get out.
Are we intruding in your space? I heard you spent a lot of time in here. Against your will. What did your husband do to you?
It is my room. It makes sense.
Yep. It is your room. I just want to hear your story.
I took her.
Took who?
She couldn't escape. I was so clear.
Is this the husband? Is this Paul? Paul, I heard you did some pretty bad stuff to Rita.
Down.
Talking about downstairs?
I'm sad.
I'm sorry to hear that. Is there any way I can help? Can you come touch this red light like you did at the beginning of our session? Or the K2?
He'll kill me.
Well, I'm telling you, you're allowed. He's not going to hurt you.
I can't let her go.
Paul, why did you lock Rita up here?
It was easy.
Clearly. Why did you do it? What do you need with Tara?
Tara.
What do you want with Tara?
Tara.
Can you tell me your name?
I'm looking at her.
Do you like her?
Rita.
Rita, you're looking at Tara?
I think it said they're similar.
Does Tara resemble Rita?
Oh. It just said the R word. Dreams.
I don't know if that happened here or not, but we're not going to get into that. I think whatever's... Oh, it's so cold.
I'm sitting on the ground. That was a woman.
Yeah, I'm freezing right now. I feel like someone's behind me.
He's a psycho.
Sounds like it. I'm so cold.
I'm looking.
I'm uncomfortable.
I loved her.
If you loved her, why did you lock her in her room? Why wasn't she allowed to see the outside world?
Don't tell.
People already know. So tell me why you did it.
You're a coward.
No, I think you are. Trying to control Rita like that. Putting her through that.
Let me out. That was a really scared lady.
Well, apparently she clawed at the doors in here.
I'm coming back.
Who? Where? Where are you coming from? I want to talk to
I'm
Rita.
so out of it.
Me too.
I'm so embarrassed.
What are you embarrassed about?
I listened.
Listen to Paul?
My family didn't know.
Your
I
fam-
lost people.
Your family didn't know that Paul locked you up? That's really sad.
We're friends?
We are friends. I'm just here to talk. Share your story. I'm sorry these things happened to you.
Then get him for me.
What do you mean? I feel like I'm gonna pass out.
What's your name?
I'm Paige. Oh god, I feel so weird.
What? Don't tell her again.
I will, I'm Paige. I'll say what I want.
I'm in your ear.
Are you making me feel dizzy? You tired?
Thanks for dropping in.
You're welcome.
You can help us.
How can I help you? Is it me that can...
I'm comfortable
Are you
next to her.
Are you comfortable with me? Do you think I can help you somehow?
It said something about taking a life.
Rita was killed by her 7th husband, but she wasn't killed here. She had bad luck with husbands, clearly.
No more.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I'm in here.
I know, I can feel you. I feel dizzy, I feel sick, I feel
Don't even.
tired. If you're in here, confirm with me with the equipment we have placed in front of the bed and the cabinet. You were doing so well before. I would love to see it again.
Paige,
Yes? Can I help you?
don't stop.
Don't stop what? Can you tell me what's in
It's
the...
void.
I was just about to say, can you tell me what's in the basement? She says it's void. Who's the entity in the basement?
There's several of us.
Were you brought here by the witch? Through the portals?
I can't breathe.
I've never felt so uncomfortable in the house before.
I found him, I think.
Found who? Who am I
Don't blame me. It was a murder. Fuck you.
That's not very nice. I don't know if you're saying that to me or if you guys are having a conversation amongst yourselves, but that's not very nice.
You're wrong.
Could be, but I think you're wrong.
I have people.
Who do you have?
Yes, it works.
What works? What are you talking about? You're very confusing tonight. Is there anything you want to tell me?
There are opportunities.
What are the opportunities? Are you done talking?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna pull Terra out. That was just weird. I felt like I was gonna pass out. I fully dropped to the floor.
Like sleepy or like...
Dizzy, and then sleepy, yeah.
I want to go for a couple more minutes.
You do?
Yeah.
I asked you if you're done speaking, you're like, yeah.
Well, I want to go for a couple more minutes because there was something else coming through when you took me out.
Let me restart the cameras. Tara feels the need to keep talking to you. So if you have any messages for her,
Hello?
you can tell her now.
Rita?
Rita, hello.
Both of them.
Who are you referring to?
You left her?
Are you talking
Help us.
about Paul? Paul leave you? He left you in his room, didn't he? Every day.
Vengeance.
Was he a mean man? Why was
40?
Why was he hiding you from the world? Why was he hiding you from the outside world?
I think.
Think what?
I don't like that.
What don't you like? Can you come up to this red light? Can you do that for me?
I'm trying to come through,
I appreciate it.
but I'm hiding.
Where are you hiding? You don't need to hide. We're very friendly.
You have to come out.
You want us to come out of the room? I'm uncomfortable.
The red room.
The red room's the one
You're being called.
from us. You want us to go to the red room?
He needs you. Steven.
There was a kid, apparently, in the red room. I don't know much about him. But he was a 13-year-old boy. And his mother was a drug addict.
That's a stranger. He'll be in the bed.
Why are my eyes watering?
On the bed.
I'm really uncomfortable. Who are we talking?
Yeah, he's a stranger.
Yeah. Is it the dark thing? Is the stranger the one waiting for us in the red room? 'Cause
I doubt we'll all be here.
feel it. I think we need to go to the red room. If you want me to go to the red room, confirm. Yes or no?
Go over there. I'm waiting.
Great. Don't know if it's a trap or if they just want to talk with us. I was uncomfortable in the red room earlier. Apparently that's where
You're the last one.
we are the last people to investigate this place, so it would be great if you can give us all the activity, all the energy that you can
That's amazing.
spew. You want me to go to the red room? Apparently that's where the doppelganger was seen.
We have to follow Jesus.
Okay. Well, that's good for you. Do you have faith?
Pray for you.
You don't need to pray for me. Don't worry.
For all your sins. You're forgiven.
Well, I'm glad you think so. You don't need to pray for me, though. getting the sense that there's something behind Tara between the bed and the cabinet. Just looking at me. I don't know who it is.
Something touched my face.
Who's standing behind Tara? What am I sensing? Or who am I sensing?
You're frightened.
I'm uncomfortable. I'm not scared, but I'm uncomfortable in this room. I'm uncomfortable in this house. Have been all night.
I just said Mike.
That's weird. We were just with our friend Mike last night from Charm City Paranormal. I don't know if there's a Mike tied to this house, though. Are you talking about the Mike that we know, or are you talking about a different Mike? There's movement outside the door. I just heard something.
I'm Clyde, I think.
Who's Clyde? I just saw a shadow go underneath the door. Is that you outside the door that I see? Walk by again.
That's right.
Are you the one waiting for us in the red room? Are you trying to get us out of this room? I saw it again. I'm gonna pull her out. That was creepy.
Was it?
Something wants us over in the red room. I'm sure you gathered that.
Yeah.
When you were saying it, my eyes were like welling up, and I was getting really uncomfortable. So, and you're saying it's a stranger over there, and I was seeing someone walk by under the door like a shadow,
Yeah.
covering the light. So I think something's waiting for us over there. I don't know if you want to go do something.
Yeah, we can go
in
do
the red
something.
room.
The Estes session was quite depressing.
Tara definitely contacted Rita, and it was actually really sad to hear some of the things that she was saying.
I really wanted to keep going because I felt like Rita had more to say.
As she continued, I got even more uncomfortable, and we were clearly being lured into the red room. So now we're here in the red room where there was a little boy that stayed here. His mom was a drug addict, right?
Yeah, and they said that like there's some sort of protection on this room that protected the little boy, but lately there's been some activity in here. And we just got told that there's a stranger in here.
And I'm wondering if it's...
Fuck off.
I'm wondering if it's this doppelganger. That's the stranger, because that's where it was seen sitting in this bed. We're gonna try and open Spirit Box session and see who we can contact. And we also have a REM pod and K2 over there. Let's just cut it like that.
Who wanted us in this room? Who's the stranger? Could you touch one of our devices, please? Everyone out.
I heard that.
Why do you want us to get out?
Okay. This is my house.
Someone told us to come in here.
Who's the stranger? That was creepy. What's your name? Tell us why you wanted us in here. Do you impersonate people? Sleeping.
Can you make yourself look like other people? Are you a mimic? If you can appear in different forms of people, it sounds like you're a mimic.
Where did you come from?
Did you come through the portal?
Or did someone else bring you here?
Why do you stay here?
Possible.
I don't know what that said.
Can you touch one of the lights that we have? Show us that you're here. Who wanted us in here?
I thought I heard a woman behind us, like in the room back there.
I heard that too.
Something play. I don't know. Something wanted us in here, and now it's not really. What if it's just playing games with us?
Could be.
Do you want us in the basement? It's the last place we need to go. This place is draining me, dude.
Same, I want to sleep. I want to crawl in a ball and just die.
Yeah. I've never felt so, like, off in every part of a house before.
Whatever lured us into the red room mentioned Aunt Rhonda's name several times.
Now, as you can see, it's just Terra and I there, so why is Aunt Rhonda's name coming over the spirit box multiple times after being called by this so-called stranger?
Now, keep this in mind when we do our portal session in the basement.
It's a little alarming.
Okay, so we decided to do a portal in the basement. We have our K2 down there, REM pod flashlight. We're going to try to communicate with the spirits that are said to be in the basement. That includes the darker entity who chooses who can speak, as well as the lady who took her own life, Deborah.
What was that?
Do you get
I'm uncomfortable once again.
Go back there. No. This is the last paranormal investigation of the Davies house.
are using
Are you gonna miss investigators?
Always.
I'm sure you've had some wonderful people come through and talk to you. But we're the last team that's ever gonna do that.
So now is the night to make yourself really known.
breathed in.
Deborah, did you hear that? Did it say breathe? Breathe, Deborah.
Deborah, are you down here?
Things repent. Oh,
With a binding.
Something binding.
It was a binding, I think. Can you give us your names?
the cat ball.
The cat ball.
We've been talking about how we
Don't have any with us.
yeah.
I'm sorry we don't have any cat balls with us.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, they're sorry.
Do you want to touch one of our other devices?
Looks intelligent. Should we address the dark thing?
Yeah. Who is the dark entity that controls the spirits here?
seems like you've done a lot of work tonight in trying to keep things quiet for us.
The spirits here are free to talk to us.
All of them. Oh, I just saw something in that room. It's low to the ground.
Maybe it's a snake because it was hissing.
No, it was like a ball of black.
Oh. What did Paige see in the other room? Who is that? Who's in there?
Didn't she say there's things low to the ground?
Yeah, I believe so.
Who just showed themselves?
Are you watching us? You can all talk to us. You don't have to listen to the person who tells you what to do.
Below.
You're free. You have free will.
It's definitely a guy.
The dark entity? Yeah, it's a man.
Yeah. That's what I was getting earlier.
And he doesn't have a face.
No, it's just black.
He's just black.
Shadow. When we were given the tour earlier, that's what we picked up on. The basement just feels gross.
Yeah. I felt the energy change, did you?
Yeah.
Like a couple minutes ago.
I did look just before I saw that.
Morning.
Just before I saw that.
Listen, we're not intimidated by you. And the spirits here are free. You don't get to decide for other people. What the fuck was that?
Is that not your stomach?
No.
That was weird. It came from like...
I think it came from in there.
Yeah. That wasn't your stomach.
That wasn't my stomach. That came from behind me.
I just saw it again. Who is in the other room?
Are we safe down here?
It feels disgusting.
Yeah, we're not. There's no way we're safe. Did you come through the portal?
Did you hear that? It said Deborah. My eyes, dude. Like, I'm like...
It said her name like 4 times and like...
Yeah.
Maybe Deborah taking her life like manifested it.
Maybe. This house is like messing with me.
So unless you do.
I keep getting really uncomfortable. My eyes are welling up and just constant chills and...
Immediately when we pulled up to this house, we were like, oof, Monroe.
Yeah, Monroe vibes. And that's exactly what it feels. It's almost, it feels worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had actually seen 2 entities before we even entered the house.
Yeah, I saw one walking up the driveway.
Yeah,
In
so...
the rear view.
Can you tell us who we saw outside?
There's not
We're in here.
Ooh, that was really weird.
What?
I just like looked over there and all of the bricks shifted.
Didn't she say like when
Like,
like
like a hallucination. Like all of...
she said something you see? Didn't she say that people see people's faces morphing?
Yeah, I just saw the whole wall morph.
Yeah.
Like drugs, like all the bricks got up and moved.
That's how I felt at Fairfield.
What are you doing here still? Why are you still here?
And
Let's just say it's Ed.
Better not, we drop Deb went off.
What was that?
That was a voice for sure. Or
Yeah.
like some sort of like laugh or something. I saw a white mist.
Again, that wasn't your stomach.
Time to investigate.
That is the weirdest little noises. They're the little whines.
I saw a white mist.
I saw a manifest over there behind the camera. Deborah? Can you confirm that you're here?
You make a noise.
not for every,
Dude, I just saw a woman's in a dress behind the tripod.
That's probably where the white mist manifested.
It was, yeah,
that's
that's a something.
Yeah. Is that you, Deborah?
I was so grossed out being down there in the basement. The energy felt awful, and it felt like that when I was taking the tour as well. The dark thing in the basement is definitely a man. I picked up on him the moment I stepped down there when we were being given the tour, and we were seeing things and hearing things that entire time. I hated being down there.
What seems to be coming through is some sort of warning, specifically for Aunt Rhonda.
The portal mentions the name Ed twice, and if you've seen our previous videos, then you know exactly who that is.
It should be noted that we filmed this 2 weeks after we returned home from our second visit to the Bel Air house. We should not be hearing Ed, Edwin, anything because we tried to get rid of him. Okay, so we're putting Paige under for Estes. This is actually exactly where Deborah is said to have hung herself.
There's an X that marks the spot.
And we've decided to come and sit underneath the place that she took her life and see if we can communicate with her. We'd like to have a better understanding of what happened and why she decided to do what she did. And we thought that a good way to do that would be with an Estes session.
She seemed to be coming through on the portal, or someone was mentioning her name, so I think she's the last spirit we're going to try and contact tonight.
We're down in the basement. Is anyone down here with us right now? I'm looking specifically for Deborah.
Free?
You are free. You're free to stay, you're free to leave.
I am free.
You are. Can you tell me who I'm talking to? You can trust me.
I am free, again.
You can trust that I won't tell anybody you told me your name. My name's Tara.
Help. As a woman.
How can I help you? What do you need help with? Something touched my back. Please don't touch me. If you want to touch anybody, touch Paige.
The man, something.
Was it the man who touched me?
Tara, something screamed it.
Why are you screaming my name?
Go upstairs.
No, Paige can't be down here by herself. It's not safe.
Smile.
No, thank you. Why don't you smile?
We're listening.
Paige is listening. Do you have any words that you'd like to tell her? Any stories? Any messages?
I know.
So tell her something. Where's Deborah? That's who I want to speak with. I just saw somebody in that other room.
Felt like something just poked me in the head. Bad something.
Deborah, is this where you took your own life? This spot right here?
Bad.
Can you tell me what day you passed away? What day you took your own life? Can you tell me
Something
what year?
scripture.
Can you tell me what year?
Pain.
Is that why you took your own life? You were in pain?
Every night.
Did you have an affair?
It's freezing, dude.
It's very cold down here.
Johnny?
Johnny? Who's Johnny?
It doesn't matter.
It does matter because you've told me your name. Which
David?
means... Are you naming people we know? Can you give me another name of a person that we know?
I'm here.
Who's
Why?
Because
I don't know.
I think that you're naming Johnny and David as people that have been on our channel. Can you tell us who else has been?
All of us are real.
I know.
Looking down at you.
From the stairs?
Oh my god.
From the stairs, correct? Because I did see you. Boy, I just suddenly had
I'll hold you.
Massive headache. Please don't hold me. You're giving me a headache. Could you step away from me a little?
I feel a really cold hand on my back.
You can touch Paige all you want. Please don't touch me though, because you're giving me a headache. It's too much energy.
It was really gentle.
Deborah, is that you?
Wrong.
Is it Rita? Who touched Paige? I'd like a name.
Take home.
Paige isn't going to take you home. I'm not going to take you home. This is your home. This is where you stay.
In the light.
You can go to the light. If you see
Take
a light.
home.
That's
Free us? Oh my god.
You have to stay here.
We're free.
You have free will, but you can't come with us. You can go to the light if you see one. I don't know. I'm
We'll
not
be
dead.
lonely.
You can't come home with us. Absolutely not. This is your home. Are you gonna miss investigators? Is that why you'll be lonely?
I want to. I want to be free. Oh my god.
You are free. You have free will. You can't follow.
Take them.
You can't follow.
Oh, that was like a
anyone
little kid
home.
screaming.
You are not going home with anyone. Period.
All you have to do is touch me.
No one's gonna take you home.
Make the connection.
Tell me about the connection. Give me a hint.
With me. The four of us.
No. There's no connection. You stay here. This is your home.
Free.
No, this is where you live.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
no.
You think?
I know. I
It's too bad.
am living.
I will.
You will not. You've moved on from this life. And you're on
Are
to
you
your
walking in
next
front
life.
of me? I keep feeling like someone's walking in front of the light. Ugh.
You're at a different place in life now. You are no longer a physical being.
It's hard, this part.
I'm sure it is, and I'm sorry to hear that. But you can't go home with the living. You need to find how to be free.
Ladies.
We're ladies, yes. Can you tell me who I'm speaking with?
We'll be safe.
You'll be safe here, in your home, where you belong. In this house, you can talk to
Effort.
us. You can talk to us anytime you want inside this house. But the minute that we leave this house, you stay here.
Is that right?
Exactly.
We're free again.
Not to follow us home. You're free to find your own light, not mine.
They hate us.
Who hates you?
I want to leave. It just said with Paige.
You can't. Paige wants you to stay here. Paige and I both want you to stay here.
Help out. All of us circling.
How many of you are in this room?
Something just like fully pinched me.
It happened to me earlier today. How many of you are in this room? I'm freezing and I got chills around my whole body.
We need to start.
Start what? I'm gonna wake Paige up. Is there any last words for her that you'd like to say? Can you say goodbye to her?
I'm ready. Go easy.
Okay. Goodbye.
Wait, oh my god. Something wants to come home with us.
Yeah, it's not though. So the last well-known spirit in the house that we hadn't talked to is Deborah, so we really wanted to make contact with her.
I don't even think we contacted Deborah in that moment, but a lot of other spirits were coming through.
All night we kept mentioning that we are in fact the very last paranormal investigators that will ever be able to investigate Davie's house.
Now, with them knowing that information, without a doubt, the spirits in this house saw their way out with us.
At this point, the spirits had made it very clear that they wanted to come home with one of us.
They were touching me, I could feel them standing near me, and they even said they wanted to leave with me specifically.
It just seemed to be like they were trying to link themselves to her. Now, one of the more interesting things that did happen, and it has happened before, but never to this extent, we were hearing friends and family names.
Our friends Mike and David from Charm City Paranormal, their names were mentioned during both Estes sessions. Mike during Tara's and David's during mine.
So we were literally investigating with Mike and David the night before. Literally less than 24 hours before we filmed this video, we were with Mike and David. Mike and David are common names, and we wouldn't have really thought anything of this if we weren't literally with them less than 24 hours ago.
Now, with Aunt Rhonda's name being mentioned and even John's name being mentioned, I wouldn't be surprised if this was just something coming through that was following us around.
So whatever spirits were calling out to us, calling out our friends' names, telling us about Aunt Rhonda's warnings, obviously they knew us, whether it's an attachment that maybe is following all of us around.
Why are we getting Edwin following Tara and I around to other investigations when Aunt Rhonda's not with us? And this isn't the first time that it's happened.
Or maybe spirits just have the ability to know you. And I don't know how much I like that.
So that concludes our investigation of Davie's house. And like we said before, this is the very last investigation that you'll even see of this location.
Now, Davie's house did have a lot to offer. The night started out slow. However, once we entered the basement, the activity really ramped up. Like many other locations, the basement is definitely a hot spot.
The overall feeling was just uncomfortable the entire time in the house, and the basement was just that times 10 the moment we stepped into it.
The basement was very Bel Air for me.
Actually, that's a good thing to compare it to.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm sleeping tonight.
You have to drive tomorrow. You better sleep.